Hello friends, this is Shifali Gidrawal and you're watching Consultees. There's so many changes and so many new provisions are bringing through the latest meeting of the GST Council. So we have tried to segregate all of those provisions into the different parts because each and every provision will not be relevant to the each and every person, each and every visitor. So first of all, in this particular video, we will cover all of the provisions relating to the people who have opted the composition levy. So this video is particularly for the composition levy thing. So the first update for the composition levy is that now your threshold limit will be 1 crore rupees for the normal state and 75 lakh rupees for the other states. The other states have the northeastern states. So for the normal states plus Jammu Kashmir and Uttarakhand, that is Uttaranchal, the threshold limit will be rupees 1 crore. The 1 crore is the threshold limit of turnover, that is aggregate turnover. And for the other 9 states, the threshold limit will be 75 lakh. Earlier, this limit was 75 lakh and 50 lakh respectively. The second important update is now you can file your return for the first quarter of the July to September. Up to 15th of November 2017. Earlier this date was very near, but the issue was that the form for the composition levy, that is GSTR4, was not live on the portal. So it was very much likely that the date will be extended. It was very much expected. So now the date is 15th of November. You can file your composition return, that is a first quarter return, up to 15th of November. Then the next change is that now composition dealer providing the exempted services are also eligible for the composition levy. In the earlier provision, that was a difficulty because the provision says that if you are providing any kind of services other than the services covered in schedule 26B, that is the restaurant or the sale of the food article kind of services, apart from those services, the service provider were not allowed to take composition, and this was posing a lot of problems because in composition, for the composition levy for GST, we need to check the eligibility criteria under one PAN. So under one PAN, if I am doing different kind of businesses, let's say I have 30 businesses and one of those business is a service, then you will not be eligible for the composition for any of the business. So that was the basic issue. And there are some provisions when you are a proprietor as well as a business person. When you are a proprietor, the problem is that PAN of a proprietor as an individual and the PAN of the business will always be same. So let's suppose I have a bank account, a savings account like any other individual, and I get the interest income of, let's say, 100 rupees or 200 or 1000 rupees. It will become an exempted service supply from my side, and even for those interest receipts I will not be eligible for the composition levy. So it was a huge hardship for all of the taxpayers who are looking to opt for the composition levy. So in this notification, the notification is not there, the press release is only there. So in the press release, the government has said that now if you are providing the exempted services, even then you will be eligible for the composition levy. So this is another big change. Apart from these changes, I will say it is very important to reassess your option to opt for the composition levy. The time limit, threshold limit, the last date for opting the composition levy, which was like 31st October earlier, is now extended to 31st March. So there is a huge time slot given to you to opt for the composition levy, but the condition will be that when you will choose for the composition levy, it will be applicable from the 1st of the next month. So from the 1st of the next month, you will be filing the composition returns, that is on the quarterly basis, and for the period earlier from that particular month, you will be filing the normal returns. Now there is one important thing. Now the normal returns for the taxpayers having the turnover up to 1.5 crores is also quarterly, right? And they take tax payment again quarterly. So what will be the difference between a composition dealer's compliance and a normal dealer's compliance? And here the threshold limit is of 1.5 crores. That is even more than a composition dealer. So now this may be a question of decision making. This may be a part of your decision making, that whether you should go for the composition or not, because compliance burden is going to be almost same on a composition dealer and a normal dealer having the turnover up to 1.5 crore. Also, a normal dealer will be eligible for the input tax credit also, and you are not even eligible for the input tax credit. So now the calculation is very simple. If your margin is not very high, then you should go for the normal levy. instead of the composition levy, because compliance burden will be almost same. So these are the important provision, important changes related to the composition levy. There are some other changes also, but that we will segregate into the respective videos, because we just don't want to push up the entire data into one video. So with these changes, I would like to close this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Now you can follow us on the Twitter, and you can also like our Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching this video.